Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Cam Legend, and in this video, I'm going to be speaking about spiritual fasting. So, I've made videos about fasting and the benefits that it has, but I want to dive deeper. I want to speak more about the experiences I've had whilst continually doing spiritual fasting. Now, one thing I've realized is that food takes my energy, and if I'm strategic about the way I eat, how much I eat, the times I eat, I have the ability to transmute that energy and use it for power. However, if I'm gluttonous, I overeat, I eat before noon, these kind of things, it can take my energy and make me unproductive. However, I may do things during the day, but it's not to the power of input and output that is sufficient for me, myself, and the business. And when you eat, you have to realize that blood now goes to your stomach, and the blood that would go to your brain to keep you active, alert, is now going to your stomach to digest and be excreted. All right? So this is the biological mechanism to eating food. This is the biological aspects to eating food. And if we can understand this from a physical standpoint, we can now learn it from a mental standpoint and spiritual standpoint. So, like I say, this reality is based upon time, space, and matter. And these are fundamental truths. So let's talk about the time aspect. We know that time creates space. And we know of the practice of intermittent fasting, which is, I think, not eating for 16 hours and then having an 8-hour window of eating. And there's different time slots you can have for fasting. And when you create space by manipulating time, you now give your digestive system time to digest the food that you've put into it. And if you manipulate time and space, you now change this physical reality. And this physical reality is based upon matter. And in this scenario, matter will be the food, because that is a materialistic physical objectification. Food is the matter in this principle. So the food you intake matters. And if you eat something like bananas, oranges, fruits, vegetables, these foods process quicker in your digestive system, right? And you can use these energies to work on something, to build on something, to do something, And then you have foods like, let's say fast food, for example. However, it may be fast to make, but it takes longer to process in your stomach because there's more inorganic chemicals in there, and it may take a whole month to break down and leave your system. And this will make you tired, okay? So this is the physical aspect to eating foods and the spiritual fasting. Now, let's talk about the mental. So with fasting comes mental clarity because of the physical aspects I've just mentioned. Your blood going to your stomach, having to digest, you go into food comas or the niggeritis, as we say in the community, and stuff like that, because it's going all to your stomach. All your blood is going to your stomach. Now, with that, when you're fasting, the mental aspect is clarity. You think on your feet. You're able to think of new ideas. You're thinking positive. You're connecting with energies. You're just getting energy from prana, aka the breath. You're utilizing the energy of air. Okay? And, by creating space, I usually, when I fast, I still drink water. I would wake up in the mornings, I have my green tea, which is mildly caffeinated. It's not like coffee, because I can't drink coffee because it takes too much of my energy in the long run. So I drink something like green tea, which is mild. And what this does, it keeps me in the middle. Not too up there, not too low, just in the middle. And then I break my fast with dates, which is another food that is brown, so it means it's a ground food. It comes from the trees, date trees, and it's a food. Its texture is like elastic, which means it's dealing with collagen, and also it's high in fiber. So when I eat foods like dates or raisins, I feel it really settle in my stomach, which means like I ate that this morning with bananas and some nuts and a few dates, and I feel good to go. I feel full of energy. I can make another few more videos and I'm good, So you eat the right type of foods, okay? And this gives you mental clarity. Everything I speak about is stuff I do. Now, let's move on to the spiritual aspect now. By eating foods that are highly nutritious and high in fiber, but it's not dense, I now become a light body. And when we talk about vibrations and all these hot keys, these buzzwords, vibration is based upon light. And the more dense you are, because even dense is used as a word to say that you're dim, you're not smart. The more dense you are, the more physically bounded you are to this reality. But the more lighter you are in consciousness, the more happy you are, the more you glow, the more you live, the more you connect. And that's the spiritual aspect to fasting, is your density. And the more light you are, the more you become an angel on earth. Okay? And an angel is just another word for angle. It's an angle of light. And I know for a fact that I can eat foods that make me so tired, so dense, it changes my mood. I become more irritated. If somebody told me to go do something and I've just eaten, 2 bowls of rice, some chicken, this and that, and these school can be like good foods, but I'm just saying density, I'm not even talking about unhealthy foods. I'm just talking about just eating dense food in general. If I have to move around, for example, like I have to go get my son, he's doing this and doing that, he's actually frustrating me because I can't move around the way I want to. And that is based upon me not being able to digest my food quick enough, okay? So what I'm trying to talk about is mindfulness. Before you get angry at somebody else, look at the root cause of why you're angry. And in most cases, it's going to be biological. It's going to be psychological. And with that comes awareness. And with that comes acceptance. And with that comes looking at yourself and saying, how can I be better? And that's one thing people find hard to do, is look in the mirror. We all find it hard to look in the mirror and say, why are we actually angry? And it's not that we shame ourselves, it's just that we observe ourselves and say, all right, I'm angry because I'm in this situation. And with spiritual fasting, because I spoke about the benefits physically and mentally, but with spiritual fasting, we understand the root cause of why we do things. And that is what spiritual fasting can show you, is that, wow, a lot of my anger, feelings, and mood is based upon what I eat. And this is why we say you are what you eat. And we understand that. But do we understand that? And do we overstand that? And that's what I try to do with these videos and give clarity on. So this is partially, let me just think the right way to say it. I'm giving today just some knowledge on spiritual fasting, but I will be breaking down more aspects. But today I'm just doing the partial knowledge on understanding spiritual fasting. And then in another video, I'll be doing the overstanding of spiritual fasting. So let's understand why we fast spiritually. And it's to understand aspects of ourselves. And with that being said, peace.